What's going on, all you gamers? Today we're going to be diving into some more Diablo 4 and I'm going to be showing you an amazing amulet that you'll want to know about that could give you up to 2,000 additional life, which is pretty much one of a kind. So if that interests you, stay tuned. That's coming up next. Welcome back everybody. Today we've got an amazing thing to know in this game. Some of you may have already heard about this. I'm probably very late to the party, but I've only just done this quest and it's rewarded me with something that's pretty special. Now, for full disclosure, I thought this might have been a glitch, a little bit of an error, and upon tapping in health on amulet in Google, because it doesn't usually roll on an amulet, I found out that quite a few other YouTubers had already paid attention to this. One such one that seemed to be one of the first ones to catch on to this was a YouTuber called Conclave, who's also covering Diablo content. So I'm going to link him in the description in case anyone wants to check out some of his content. But for now, I'm going to show you how to get hold of this amulet and why it could be something extremely amazing, or if you're unlucky, it could be something that you probably just scrap. So first off, like I said, this is a quest reward. It's a chain of quests that you'll be doing, and you will have to have made it all the way over to Hawazar. So it's going to be a little bit later on in your journey. However, because of just how important this amulet could actually be, I'd highly recommend doing this at probably around about level 80 or even later. The cool thing about this, the quest chain itself is actually very nice to play and has probably some of the best quests in the game. The first quest you're going to want to pick up is going to be all the way over in Wedge and Honey, which hopefully I've not butchered the name of that town, but you're going to be picking up the quest, A Question of Self, and this is going to pretty much kick off the quest chain. The quest chain itself will revolve around Thaisa and you trying to relieve her of her burdens. The next quest you'll be moving on to will be Past Regrets and will reintroduce you to Timway. From there you'll be moving on to another quest, a series of steps, which is probably the longest out of all of the quests, but it's actually a really cool quest to take on and complete, and sees you tackling some of your older foes that you've taken on already. Once you get to the end of this quest and you fully finish it up, you're going to be rewarded with this right here, the Mark of the Conclave amulet. And this is where things get kind of intriguing. This right here seems absolutely awful for anyone that's just looking at it straight away, because it's only got 3 affixes, so you could quite easily just bin this off because you don't know any better. However, at first glance it's definitely wrong, because this could actually be one of the best amulets in the game. One of the stats doesn't actually roll on an amulet, and that's going to be your life stat. If you worked it out when it's upgraded, could actually give you double the amount of a normal stat. So basically it's like you've got 2 affixes on here and both of them are kind of health, making this very possibly the best health item in the game. However, like I said, it is down to a bit of luck, because the other 2 rolls are going to be random. It could be absolutely amazing, or they could be utter rubbish, leaving you with something that you may well not use. Remember, you can always change one of these, and of course you can always upgrade it at the Occultist, but I have heard that even if you do this at late level, there is a chance that it will be sacred rather than ancestral. I was quite lucky and I think my one wasn't too bad. It wasn't perfect by any means, but it definitely wasn't bad, rolling with dexterity, a nice amount of health, and top end healing received. Like I said, something to note and definitely worth doing later game, especially if you're after a big old tanky build. This may well be something you want to try out, and fingers crossed you got a bit of luck about yourself and you get some really nice rolls on it. But yeah, there'll be a lot more content from me, as always. For All Things Gaming, take care, I'll see you on the next day.